Hi, you guys. It's Toni Rodriguez here with Bubble Talk, episode 36. Such an incredible journey. You know, here on Bubble Talk, we talk about fitness, fashion, and living a healthy and positive lifestyle. We have an incredible show for you today. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it's always kind of awkward for our guest because she's sitting right next to me. This is the beautiful Firi Mistry. But before we start the show, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Northside Imports and Northside Maserati, Bella Soleil Tanning. Thank you so much for always sponsoring Bubble Talk and giving me an opportunity to be a platform to inspire and to motivate. So here we are, episode 36. Welcome, Firi.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for visiting us.
It's been incredible just coming early for the pre-show. Wow. I mean, your energy is spectacular. Her entire philosophy and how her journey has brought her here. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. It's like one of those times when you're a kid in a candy store and you're like, you love everything and you like everything and you're trying to process it. That's where Toni Rodriguez is right now.
And there's a lot to take in here. We're a big space, so it's a lot to take in. And both stores, you know, under the same roof. So it's a lot to take in, absolutely. But
so introduce yourself, Firi. If you had to describe yourself in a short synopsis,
absolutely.
Tell my audience, the Bubble Talk viewers out there, a little bit about yourself. She's an incredible human being, but wait till you hear this story.
What brought me to Texas? I was on Long Island for 39 years. Married, had kids, divorced, raised my children, daughter and son. They're all grown and they're here in Houston proper. Gainfully employed. Daughter just graduated law school. So right after Hurricane Sandy hit Long Island, I had a business with a friend of mine. It was a small health food store. We did vitamin supplements. And at one point we brought in crystals and stones. Our theory was that optimal health is when body, mind, and spirit work in conjunction with each other. When all of that is aligned, body, mind, and spirit. That's optimal health. And I think sometimes our bodies are aligned, but our spirits are not.
Correct.
Sometimes our spirits are aligned and our bodies don't cooperate. So try to get all three of those things lined up was kind of our mission statement for our little store there. Long story short, Hurricane Sandy came, put the road that brought my customers to us in the water. We were on Long Island, so we were by the water in Oyster Bay. And
it's a beautiful area too, by the way.
We closed it is. Oh. It was truly heaven on earth. Bagel and Oyster Bay area are a little slice of heaven. There's no place else like it. But I had a cousin here in Houston, and at the time when we closed the store, I was going to go back to skincare because that was originally what I did, and I still have my esthetician's license. And
she has beautiful skin. Like she doesn't even need to wear makeup. She has like no makeup on.
It's all good, right?
Did you know?
Yeah,
I mean, God,
yeah,
I'm like,
I put a little eye makeup on, and that's it. That's all I can.
Wow,
handle.
She glows. She glows. That's amazing.
So skincare was my thing, and I just didn't feel like going back into the salon area was where I wanted to do. I wanted to do skincare more in a healing, more holistic modality. Okay. And there was so much of that coming in. I think right now in America, we're seeing how Eastern philosophy and Western medicine can come together. And really, if they saw the value in each other, I think we would have optimal health. Because it's not about just going to see your doctor for a symptom. It's about, well, why do I have the symptom? What's causing the symptom? Where did I go wrong?
It's not sick care.
Correct.
It's health care. It's about being healthy, not about, I don't want to see you when I'm sick.
Yeah. And even our doctors that are trained here, some of the best doctors in the world, but they're not trained for prevention of health. You know, what should we be eating by the time we're 4? What should we be thinking about even? Because even our thoughts are our health.
Our thoughts are very manipulated by the Western culture about eating fast food and eating processed and come on, mommy's got to go. We got to make soccer practice, you know, the American way, right?
We want everything all at once, but there's a process. You can have everything in life. You really can. You can have everything.
Love it.
You just can't have it all at the same time. You have to prioritize as you go through life. If you're a mom, then you prioritize the kids. If you have a career, then you have to do the balance. I did it all, and I was a single parent at the time. Very supportive ex-husband.
Go single moms.
Dad.
Go single moms.
Yeah, it was tough, and the kids had to understand mom can only do so much. So I worked around my kids' schedules, had a great following at the salon, loved all 11 years that I was there. Then we opened the store. But anyway, Hurricane Sandy came, we closed the store, and I just didn't have... There was something telling me it was time to not be there. And I was in the same small town for 39 years.
Wow.
So
I've been in that place.
My entire network of my whole being, I was born and raised in India, came when I was 9 to the States and never left the small town where
Persian,
we started.
right?
Correct. I was born and raised in India, but my ancestry is Persian. So
I love her name. I want to be Firi Mistry.
And Firzon's my whole name. Firi's my nickname since I moved to the States.
I love it. Yeah. That is so cool. So I love the idea. This is what intrigued me about Eastern culture meeting Western culture.
And it's happening. It is happening. We're seeing more and more about, we're reading more, we're seeing more on social media about being mindful, about meditation, about yoga philosophy. All of those things are an ancient philosophy. That's not, we're not going to a strip mall gym.
It's not a trend.
Yoga. It's not a trend.
It's not a trend.
It's an ancient philosophy that if we bring that here and if we marry it with Western philosophy as far as, good medicine, there is good medicine.
Sure.
There's a reason for modern medicine.
Sure.
But we have lost the preventive factor. We've lost the soul in where we're treating the patient. They're not just.
And we're talking about treatment of everything from mental disorder, anxiety, depression, obsessive compulsive disorders.
Those are spirits. That's your spirit that's not well, right?
Incredible.
That's not your physiological. It can be your physiological being too, physical being, but that's your spirit that may be sick.
What one philosophy influenced you most to make you who you are today? What would you tell Bubble Talk audience members?
I think it was growing up in India, because my base for 9 years was in India, and my family philosophy is, we eat properly because that's how we were taught to eat the right things. We were taught to eat in balance. We were taught to pray every day, or what we can call meditation, prayer, meditation, their mantras, all the same thing.
Correct.
There's just different names for all different cultures, but we're all just needing to, number one, slow down.
Well, wasn't there an Indian-based philosophy that you were telling me about earlier?
Ayurveda is the science. Ayurveda, if you all know everyone knows Dr. Deepak Chopra.
Yeah, Dr.
He came to Chopra, and he was on Oprah years ago, and the Chopra centers are all over. That's Ayurveda. That was his science. It's an ancient Indian science.
And what is it exactly? Because I know nothing about it. I'm learning with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know nothing about it.
What it is when you go see an Ayurvedic practitioner, they read your body based on Ayurvedic science, how your body operates. What is its operating frequency? Where is it not operating optimally? Where is it operating?
And what
it's called doshas. They're called doshas.
Yeah,
yes, correct.
So how do you test for that?
If you were to go see an Ayurvedic practitioner, she would do a pulse test. She would do a tongue test. She will do a urine test, and she will teach you about Ayurveda and what changes you can make. So that's what brought me here. My cousin's wife here worked at Houston Yoga and Ayurveda for a lady named Sharon Kapp. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon, if you're watching. I'd love to meet you. I've heard so much about you.
Yeah, Tony's heading your way.
I'm heading to you, Sharon.
Yes, you are. When I came to here, I landed on Sharon's doorstep. My cousin's wife kept saying, you have to meet this lady. I don't know why you have to meet her, but if you're ready for a change, come to Houston. So I talked to my kids and I said, all right, I'm thinking of going down. My cousin James was here for 30 years. So he's like, come on down.
Is this James that I met today?
Yes.
Okay, I got to meet James
Correct.
today.
He's an incredible musician too. So we'll know more about him too, I hope.
Very cool.
Brought me down here. I landed on Sharon's doorstep. She wasn't looking to hire anyone at the time, but I knew when I walked in the door that this is where, if I was going to do skincare, this is where I want and how I wanted to do it.
From a holistic, healthy perspective.
Correct.
From a healthy, that's how I want to do Bubble Talk.
Yes.
From a very healthy, mindful place.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Just engaging people, really getting to know. So when you go to when I went to the center, she said, well, come, I'm not hiring right now. So I just I hung around for about 3 months and just showed up there every day. And I started looking for a job in salons and stuff, but I thought, no. As she got to know me, she said, you're going to be a good fit to do skincare here. There's a very specific skincare in Ayurveda that is for your whole health. So when a patient came to see her, she would do an Ayurveda consultation, teach you about what's going on with your body, and whatever was ailing you, you would let her know. And then if you chose to do our 35-day program, you would come to see me for 25 consecutive days for 3 different body therapies. So that's where I learned this much about Ayurveda. Sharon's got the world of it, but she She teaches us all. And from that, I took yoga teacher training there as well.
So she's a yogi.
Yeah, I am.
She's a yogi.
I am.
I love yoga. You guys know that.
Incredible school. It's not like any other school. Her whole philosophy is truly rooted in lineage yoga. It's not getting on a mat and just doing a couple of poses. It's an entire life philosophy, how to be mindful. She will teach you how to. It's working for her for 4 years.
I love the calmness.
Yeah.
If you walk into the store, if you come to meet Firi, there's this very surreal, passive, strong calmness about you and about this place. Yeah. It's very reflective of who she is. So I didn't mean to interject.
No, you're so fine.
Wow.
Wow. You're fine.
Yeah,
so I stayed with her for 4 years. It was great. And then this business plan was brought to me. The two stores, well, Cheap. What we do there is we buy America's Excess, basically. It's any
so everything's new here.
Brand new.
Everything brand new, still in boxes, wrappers.
Yes. All the major brands, all the major stores around the country, when they liquidate their overstock, they put it up for auction. I bid on it, bring it to you, 30 to 70% off.
Brilliant.
So when we did that, we had a little small space in the front of the store. And coming out of Houston Yoga and Ayurveda, I thought, okay, I'm going to do retail. Big mega stores, big stuff. But to keep myself centered is why I did Spirit Gardens inside of Cheap.
So this little place we're at, Spirit Gardens, is inside of Cheap. So if you come to Cheap off Huffmeister and 290, which I'm going to highly suggest, if you come, you'll see this little section. It's beautiful. And tell people what they can find here in your little Spirit Garden.
So what I had back home was a little rock shop. We had crystals, we had stones, we had essential oils, sage, Palo Santo, incense. I also have a partner in the business that does Reiki here, or he brings his whole line of skincare, which he makes himself. So
I don't know if you can
Hedge
see
and Hearth, look them up on Instagram. He's an incredible young man. I'm very proud of him. And very proud of the products that he brings in. The soaps, custom created one for me.
Botanical facial steam?
Yeah.
Seriously? Yeah. I just want to live here.
Yeah.
We are on these beautiful little blue velvet chairs. I mean, you know what I want to do? I want to take Firi to my house and go, okay, look at everything that I need and let's go back to your place so I can buy it and bring it back here.
Yeah. I always tell people start first with cleansing out your life. Anytime we want to reset your space in your home, where you want to get rid of all the things that you haven't touched in a while. You have the storage boxes and all of this clutter.
Because your environment exemplifies who you are inside. Did you know that?
And it's so important in your home to say your home is your sacred space. Truly. Your home is your sacred space. That's where you're supposed to be the most happy, the most comfortable, the most yourself, the most authentic. And a lot of times our homes make us so crazy that we're like, oh my gosh.
You want to get out.
Yeah.
You want to get out and go have a glass of wine with your girlfriend because you're like, I can't handle my closet.
When they talk about taking a vacation from your life, no, create the life in your home. Create an altar space. Create a small meditation practice. Come talk to me about that. Absolutely. We learned so much through Sharon about how to start your day, in simple ways.
Yeah.
And
so in 2019, most of you know, 2019, January, people are like, I'm going to get fit. I'm going to eat right. And for most of you, I'm a fitness fanatic. So that's kind of my lifestyle. So I thought in 2019, I need to approach life in a different way. The way I approach my businesses, I'm very assertive. I'm very driven, very goal-oriented, but I wanted to do that in my personal space because I moved into my new place in September and I still have boxes. I can't find my groove. I don't know if I want to go a little more eclectic, a little more progressive, because I'm many things in one capsule, so to speak.
And all of those can be represented in your home. All of that stuff can be represented in your home. What is it you love? You love art? Hang some prints.
Love art.
Yeah.
Love art.
Love floral, bring some plants in. You love whatever it is that you love. It makes you happy, makes you smile.
Sure.
Bring it into your home. Make your home literally a sacred space.
Because then you can really think about things.
Yes.
You can be a creative artist, or you can be more efficient or a better partner.
And the world's a tough place right now. It's not easy.
Yes, it is. I'm going to have a glass of wine as she says that.
It's true. It's tough out there.
Insane.
And the other thing I love to do here too is just really make contact with my customers. Like I want to take the time to sit and talk to every single person, even if it's only for 2 minutes.
Let me tell you,
that's my thing.
When I walked in, she
important.
was speaking to a little girl who had her money folded in her hand with her little money clip that was a pink heart. This beautiful little ginger girl with little freckles. And I told her she was beautiful because she was beautiful. And she was buying essential oils in a little bottle. And she said, I have migraines.
Yes.
And she knew that I was waiting to speak to her. And she said, come here, Toni. And I was just following her. I hadn't met her yet. And to hear her speak to this little girl as though she were a very, very important adult.
She absolutely is going to be.
And
an adult someday, but she absolutely is very important right now.
In awe, because I speak to children all day long, right?
Yeah.
In the dance world. You blew me away. She took the time to tell her, would you like to make it yourself? This is how you make it yourself. Don't put it in your eyes, ears, or nose unless you do it this way. This is for headache. And then the little girl's just staring with her fascination, right, at Firi. And Firi said, it's either $4 for the bottle,
right,
or $14 if you want me to custom mix it. And the little girl said, yes, I would love for you to custom mix it for me. I mean, you could just tell she thinks you're just.
She just went to New York on vacation, that little girl. It's a customer of mine's daughter. And she took her children to New York City and went to a beautiful gem shop there that I hadn't gotten to before I moved here. So that's why she came in to tell me, and she brought me back 2 stones from there that she bought with her own money.
These are her customers. They come in, they're 12.
They're just fantastic.
And she treats them like just
there's no reason to talk to children like they're, like
beneath us.
Yeah, or just, people talk to kids. I have the saying, like, don't talk to a child like they're idiot children. They're not. They're brilliant little beings, and we are going to take the time to fill their head with something
with beauty and positivity.
Encourage them to think big, and encourage them to think, because they are going to grow up. Yes, you're only small for a small period
cultivate
of time.
Cultivate them to be
plant little
incredible
seeds,
adults.
Make eye contact with them. Take that. Some of my best customers in Spirit Gardens are 10, 12, and 8-year-olds whose parents are encouraging.
In here,
their parents are encouraging.
I want to live here. I'm not coming home, boys. Boys, mom's spending the night at Firi's place.
Mom's gonna sleep really good here.
I'm gonna smell lavender all night.
Yes, we're gonna make sure we burn the right essential oils to relax Mama.
It's just,
I'll send her home more relaxed.
It's just wow. It's so I know nothing about stones. So give me a quick synopsis.
Yeah.
About crystals and stones. I know nothing.
Absolutely. So they came into my life about 10 years ago. I think I always had it in my life. My mom always said when I was a child, I always picked up rocks and shells and pieces of wood at the beach, or I was always picking up something off the ground. So I think I was always just as a kid really connected to the earth.
Okay.
And then when the crystals came into my life, our ancients studied every type. Crystals being things like amethyst and rose quartz and quartz, which is the most abundant mineral on earth. It's Mother Nature's art, first of all. Mineral deposits create all these beautiful stones and all these
You should see these stones.
Pieces of art that we dig out of the ground, and they had assigned all of these crystals a certain vibration. So I'm talking thousands of years. Like for instance, Egyptians, when they buried their dead, it was ceremonial. They honored their life. They would put carnelian pieces on their eyes. They would put, a lapis lazuli on their throat. This is a person that's passed on, and believing that there's a life after. So Native Americans, for instance, had medicine bags. I
have a lot of Cherokee Indian, by the way.
I see it in you, actually. I wondered about that.
My mom's cheekbones are like, people ask me if these are fake. And I'm like, really? And my hair.
Yeah, well, I usually get that about my eyelashes.
And I'm like, no. Oh, mine, no, these aren't real.
Yeah, usually people, those are your eyelashes.
But your eyelashes are very long. Crazy.
So yes, the crystals and stones was just a study. I felt really interested. I had picked up a stone that's how the story started.
Okay.
And I went home from Austin, Texas at the time, and just bought a ton of books on what is this? What is this that's calling to me? What is this? And
you felt that strongly.
But I was listening. Correct. I was listening. Because a lot of times we'll hear all the right voices. We'll hear all the right callings in our life. But what keeps us from following those usually? It's just fear. It's just fear.
It's like
fear
relationships,
of rejection, fear of failure, fear of
business,
being vulnerable, fear of putting yourself out there. And what if?
What if no one wants to fail? No one.
And most of the time we'll just end up going, what if, and not do it.
Not pursue it.
So yeah, the crystals and stones just were my passion, not to mention they're beautiful.
Right.
So
more of the healing quality. What was it that you loved about it so much?
Well, after studying about them,
right.
Reading about all the qualities that each of the stones had. And, even if you're a non-believer about that, whether there is a vibrational assignment for each stone,
sure.
The minute you start picking them up and playing with them and looking at them and holding it, something will just absolutely happen. Even if you're an absolute non-believer, you're going to go, what is this? So I started writing up the little cards on my stones at my shop. What do you need for focus? What do you need for, I don't know, ADD? What do you need for better dream sleep? What do you need for, and there's all of this written up, all of our ancients.
There's better dream sleep? How about just sleep in general?
Well, that too. That too. Yes.
I mean, that's probably going to be my number one health issue.
Sleep.
Is lack of sleep. I do sleep, but my mind, I'm very driven. It goes so... It's very hard for me to shut it down. It's almost like I want to live every moment to the fullest. I'm like, I got 30 more minutes.
Anything.
I got 30 more minutes. I can send this email. And the next thing I know, I literally fall asleep with my glasses, my phone, makeup on, still in my clothes.
Do you stay asleep?
I'm dead.
Yeah.
And then boop, at 4:30, 5 o'clock a.m.
It's the monkey mind where you can't shut off all the tabs. We have 1,000 tabs open in our head. How do we shut them off?
Right.
How do we become mindful? They'll ask you, they'll ask me, well, how do you meditate? Meditation is not rocket science. It's just stop, slow down, sit down, take your shoes off. Go stand outside for 5 minutes barefoot in the grass, Sharon would tell us, before 8 a.m. every morning. Just take your shoes off and go outside. Stand in your mountain, feel your feet in the ground, feel the sun on you. 3-4 minutes, set an intention for your day. Create a ritual. Create what we used to do in our ancient cultures was we used to teach our children this. Native Americans taught their children, at age 8, this was the expectation.
Oh, yeah, they were very connected
age 12,
to the earth.
This is what you were able to do. We were raising our children. I think we're just dragging them into adulthood. I don't think we're really taking the time to mindfully, because we're so busy.
I mean, do our kids even walk in the grass anymore? Yeah. I mean, I think about my son. He wakes up, he gets in the car, the bus, he goes to school, he works out, he gets home, he gets in bed. I mean, when does he see grass?
We live in cement all the time.
Other than he runs track, so he's going around a track. But I mean, is he truly ever stopping to smell the roses? Is he ever truly stopping to feel his environment and look outside and see that it's cold or not cold?
Look at our school systems and our kids. Why are our 6 and 7-year-olds stressed out? What is that? At 6 and 7, the only thing you should worry about is finishing your homework so you can go run outside and play kickball or
like
climb a tree. Or we
were not connected
to
Atari. I remember when we got Atari. That kind of changed our lives a little bit.
I had to really limit my son. He's 25 now, but he was an avid game player. He loved it, but he could sit there for 8 hours a day if I let
easily.
him. You're not letting him sit 8 hours a day on the computer to what? No.
So I started working out with my son outside.
Nice.
And I cherish those moments. Of course, I can't. I'm 51, so it's really hard. But I've been running over 10 years. It's really hard to keep up with 17-year-old track like phenomenals, right? But I do it and I push myself just to be outside with them so they can see. Nice. So we did that during Thanksgiving and Christmas. Nice. But as soon as we went back to school this past week, I was like sad.
Yeah.
Because now it starts. Now it starts. The hamster on, the wheel kind of thing, right? Which makes me sad because we're going to blink our eyes and then it's May and then he starts his senior year, and don't get me started because then I'll start crying. Yeah. My baby's leaving and I'm going to be an empty nester. And I
did not like it. I was an empty nester at 43.
I'm not going to be a good bird. No. Not a good mama bird. I'm going to tell you right now. And we are having a nice California red because my friend here can't do effervescence. Yeah. So I said, hey, I'm going to accommodate her because she's accommodating me. So cheers.
Cheers.
So we're having a nice
to our space.
Thank you. I'm in awe of the way she thinks. I'm in awe of, I'm very open-minded. I'm Catholic. I'm Christian. I have a lot of faith, but I'm very open-minded to how others live. Yeah. And I'm willing to open my heart and soul to other people, especially if I feel I'm very empathic. I've known that since I was a little girl. My grandmother was that way. And I was like this with my grandma until she was till she passed away. I was 12.
Everything that is good about me is truly from my grandmother.
And she taught me that.
Yes.
She would teach me how
We lived
to be
with her,
strong.
yes, so
and
correct.
I was under her armpit. I was her namesake.
Yeah.
So I was like her baby girl. And I was the oldest of the grandchildren. So she had me in her armpit. And I remember her saying, if it's good, walk toward it. It's light.
Yeah.
And if it's bad, withdraw, turn around and walk away. She never said to be fearful. My mom said you were fearless. Like I would ride the scariest rides. I'll jump out of an airplane. What the heck? That's nothing. Yeah. I'm fearless. But I remember my grandmother being so strong. We lost her to breast cancer. And even when she was, it moved to her bones. And I remember her being so sick. But the minute I would walk in the room, she would put on that face.
Yeah.
And I remember now thinking back, all these years, and my mom said she was so strong, incredibly strong woman. And I had 2 grandmothers, of course, both of them the same way.
Wow.
So I didn't have a choice to turn out like this. I
Right.
mean, I really
Right.
did
It's
it.
in your genes,
My mom
say.
survived breast cancer twice too. So, I mean, we're all really resilient survivors. And the way we have done it is through positive energy, being really comfortable with who we are.
Yes.
I'm very comfortable with who I am. I don't think a lot of people around me are always the most comfortable because I come across so all the time.
You're easy in your space.
I'm very comfortable, and it takes a lot to round me
this
up.
Little saying that I always say: live your life out loud. Live out loud, because we tend to squash things down, thinking everyone is judging. What are they going to think? What are they going to think? No. Bring your A game. And live
Bring
out loud.
your A game.
Live out loud.
Bring your A game.
Be who you truly are, and what speaks inside. Let that out. Live it out loud. It will serve you.
Because we definitely
serve you.
We definitely have our own individual spirit inside.
Yeah.
We don't need to mimic anyone else. We
No.
don't need to try to duplicate someone else's aura or energy. We already have our own aura.
And show that. Shine that. Open it. Let it in. People are so afraid to be vulnerable. They're afraid to even just be kind, almost like as if kindness is going to somehow
minimize them or make them feel.
Have you tried it? Try it. It's so easy.
It's
so easy.
I find some of the nicest, people in certain classes, right? As you move through the social circles, say, oh, those people are rude or can be
them and us.
Yes. And I travel very easily through all the social circles, and I'm like, are you sure we're talking about the same people?
Yeah.
Because I adore them and they adore me and I adore them. And I never find anyone is the way that people perceive them. You need to take the time to get to know them and have a conversation with them. Yeah. And then you realize your perception is wrong.
Yeah. And
it's truly wrong.
And that's all of life too. It's all perception, right? Well, how were we programmed to begin with to perceive what we are in our journey? Because there's a programming as children. We're programmed a certain way. Mm-hmm. Then we go out into the world on our own, and that programming either serves us or fails us. But if we start listening to that inner voice inside, even with bad programming, there is goodness in there that wants to be. Mm-hmm. Everyone wants to be happy. Everyone wants to be loved. Sure. They want to fill themselves with that feeling. It's not as hard as we have made it out to be.
No.
Once we put our egos and fear on the shelf and we just open ourselves to, I have every walk a person walking through that store.
She really does.
She
had a line when I got here.
Socioeconomic background, every cultural background, even have some really sick people walking through the store in the neighborhood that we're in. We had some issues with some addiction that was going down the street. Mm-hmm. And they were filtering in here. What was bringing them in? And I treated them just as well as I treat my best customers. Sure. They were sick.
They were sick.
They were sick. They were walking in here. It took me 5 minutes to serve them my time, 5 minutes to show them, you know what? I'm not afraid of you. It's okay. I know you're in a bad place. I know you're an addict, or I know that you're homeless. I've had some homeless walk through here, and it's like, my goodness, how did these people's lives spiral?
My son and I had this conversation. I've had the opportunity. He's been staying with me a few days. My parents are very sick. Hi, Mom and Dad. They're coming from San Antonio to Houston. My sister's having surgery in the morning. So our family, no matter how sick everybody is, we always rally around each other. That's how we get ourselves through stuff. And, my son and I were talking about that. He was like, Mom, the way you raised me and Thomas, my youngest, was exactly the same. Yeah. and he called it programming.
Yes.
So you guys must be reading the same books.
Yeah.
He's read the book about Buddha and Gandhi. So he's doing a lot of spiritual, and he's finding a lot of healing in that, which I'm fascinated with, because I told him, I can honestly say this is the first time in my entire life, and think about how old I am, and I don't have to keep saying it, people know. 2019, I started knowing exactly who I was.
Yeah.
And I knew exactly what this year is going to bring. And I knew exactly how I was going to get it.
Because you set the intention.
I've never in my life have known that.
Yeah.
I always feel like, it's a new year. I'm not going to meet anybody. Yeah. I'm single. No, are you kidding me? It was New Year's. And I was like, yes,
this is my year. Yes.
I know what's going to happen. And I walk around smiling all the time. People are like, you're so bizarre because you just smile. I go, really? I love it. And my parents, who are the world to me, who are having these issues, for me, it's like, I believe in positivity. I believe in creating good energy. And I believe that my parents are going to be good.
Yeah,
I really do. I feel that, and there are times where I feel like I don't like this feeling. I'm that empathic. Yeah.
I'm like alarms going off. There's something back whatever.
And I'm like that with people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm an energy reader, and I get in the car and my son's like, you didn't like him, did you? And I'm like, not for a minute.
Yeah. And you could tell just by your look.
I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no filter. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there are people that I get in the car and I'm excited. I'm like, wow, she was amazing. Or wow, that dude is like mostly creatives. This is why so many of my friends are designers, makeup artists, stylists. I love creative dance instructors, dance teachers. I love creative human beings. For me, they're like walking pictures of art. I love art, and I love staring at art.
And everyone can have that. Like, you can have that in aspects of your life. It doesn't, you could be on Wall Street and you might be the hardest working person working 100 hours, being a stockbroker. But that doesn't mean you can't take 5 minutes in the morning to be mindful of your life, to make sure your intentions are set right for the day, to make sure that you're treating your body kindly, to enjoying what you're working your butt off to
create. So where do you see yourself?
So we've been here, let's see, 14 months in the store.
Wow, so it's a new store.
It is.
Okay.
We're brand new. Two very different stores. Spirit Gardens, very different from Cheap Cheap. I like the fact that they're both under the same roof, because I feel like we're serving a fabulous neighborhood. There are ladies that come in here they make me lunch, and they don't speak a lick of English, and I don't speak any Spanish. And we have managed to communicate for 14 months.
Oh my gosh.
They're some of my best customers. I have, I feel like I have several grandmas now that watch over me. And
this is my mom. I just want to wave real quick. That's my mom, Mary Helen Martinez. She said, great program. I'm learning so much. Hi, Mom.
Pleased to meet you.
Well, I'll have to bring you here. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I'm here 6 days a week, so absolutely.
Okay, so keep going. Where do you see yourself?
So as Cheap Cheap was growing out there, I have to be very honest. I expected Spirit Gardens little shop to do okay. I thought, this is my heart. This is where my heart's at. Not that Cheap Cheap isn't. That's our business.
Sure.
But the Spirit Gardens is my heart and soul. And it has blown me away as far as how well it's doing. First of all, success-wise, it's doing well. I just didn't expect people to gravitate to it the way that they have. Something as simple as burning sage. Like, we've been burning sage for centuries. People will go, I know about smudging, or I've heard about that, and what is that? And so in little ways, we're showing them some old philosophies. In small ways, I'm bringing them in because they want to. You'll see them walk in the door, and they can either go straight to go to Cheap Cheap, or they can go left and go,
I went directly left.
She did. She absolutely did.
I heard running water, and I smelled something. I'm very I can smell anything. Yeah. She opened this little bottle for the little girl, and I was like, oh, I love the way that smells. Yeah. It's, for me, it's about smell, taste, the visual.
It's so interesting because children, young ones under the age of 16, and children will gravitate first to Spirit Gardens before they'll walk to Cheap Cheap, because they're still not so jaded and not so blinded by they resonate with that naturally. About
calm.
Correct.
That's why children go to very like grandmothers who are very calm and endearing, and because they cultivate that calmness. I'm like that. Like, I'm noticing, not to throw my dating life out there, but I'm noticing I gravitate to individuals who are very calm.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to the wild and crazy guy at the party.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, it's got a great energy.
Still waters run deep.
Just
right?
a great and strong, but
Yeah.
great, solid energy. Yeah. It's all about energy for me. I mean, maybe I'm just going to be an old Cherokee Indian
all just
in my teepee one day in the mountains.
We are all just energy.
But I love just peace.
Yeah.
I gravitate to women like that too, who are like very confident in who they are. I enjoy their stories. I enjoy their philosophies. Yeah. I'm more at this point in my life interested in getting to know people and getting to know who they really are.
Well, I think even on the planet, generally speaking, we're going back to that maternal nurturing. You know, there was a time when all the cultures honored the female side. Not that we shouldn't honor the male side. It's a balance.
Right.
We have it all within, right? It's not in a feminist way, but in that nurturing Mother Earth, warmth, secure, stable, loving, that space. It's time for that energy to rise. It's time for that energy to be more, for us to have more of that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay, so do you have anything you want to show? Any crystals or any pieces? I wish I could just walk around with the camera. It's 14,000 square feet, people. But this little room right here, these rugs, these velvet chairs. I mean,
you could start like people come into a crystal shop who've never know anything about crystals, and they'll walk to my little table here. Okay. Yeah. And here, I'll even show you. They'll walk to the table, and I'll say, touch. In a crystal shop, touch everything.
Let's see if
it's not one of those where you're going to say, don't touch anything. No, walk in here and pick something up that intrigues you. Pick something up that
watch this, you guys.
Simple crystals, stones, little what we call tumbles. For instance, blue tiger's eye. Now, what is?
I want to see if the camera can pick that up. So there's a little note there. So she handwrites those. And so tell us about tiger's eye, blue tiger's eye.
This happens to be blue tiger's eye. Meditating with blue tiger's eye, really from fears, phobias, from a hot temper. It's great for your throat chakra. It will help you speak your truth. Something like lapis lazuli, we believe, connects us to our angels and our guides and our ancestors. These are things that have been studied for thousands of years, and we no longer pass it on to our children because we haven't been taught it. We've gotten away from it. Everything from how to grow your own food, what herbs are good for you.
I love that. I have my friend Michael and Nicole out there
on this planet to cure everything from cancer to addiction to, we have everything here. It's already here. Something Sharon always taught us. She said, anytime we talked about being fearful of our future or being fearful of making steps, and she said, if you can visualize it as a foregone conclusion, you have already succeeded.
Then I'm succeeded.
You are already good. You are already kind. You are already believe that system. And there's a saying too, fake it till you make it. That's important too. If you're really
fake it
down,
till you make it.
Because if you positively determined to have this particular life's path be your life path, just do it. Just get out there and make the small changes. And it doesn't have to be an overwhelming thing. You don't have to all of a sudden, stop being a Christian or stop being forget your roots or your programming, because our programming is important.
Sure.
It gives us the strength. It shows us where our weaknesses are. It shows us where we need to improve.
And you have to be open to accepting that and understanding. Correct. A lot of people
be kind to yourself.
Yes.
Be kind to yourself first and foremost. You can't dispense kindness. You can't dispense love. Any of those good things, emotions, unless you have it for yourself.
Well, and
believe me, this is not an overnight thing. This is new, even to me. I'm 53 this year, and I'm still just now having the time. Even sitting down in front of a camera would not have been my gig a while ago.
Yeah.
One-on-one, I'm good. Come and see me. I could sit and chat with you for hours.
Yeah, she's great.
I said to Toni, I was like, I don't know, Toni, camera?
I said, you're going to be fabulous.
She's like, just sit down and chat with me.
Let's chat.
Like, okay,
here we are. And this is how people ask me all the time, like, why do you want to be a fitness model? Of course, that cracks me up. I'm like, no.
Well, why and why not?
No, it's not something that I want to do. What I believe in is that our body, and this is from no science that I've studied, just years of dance training, years of looking at human anatomy. At one point, I thought I was going to be a doctor until I passed out dissecting a pig fetus in college. And I went, no. But it fascinated me. The human anatomy fascinated me. So I learned kinesiology and I learned about the human body. And what I realized was this vessel that we have is representative of who we are. Yeah. And so many people take advantage of their bodies and they abuse them, and they don't realize that this is representative of who you are. And I have this argument all the time with my friends and family, because I'm kind of like, I believe in what I believe. And they say, well, this body is not really, does not, exemplify who I am. And I said, but you took care of it, or didn't.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
yours.
Correct.
It's no one else's responsibility. It's not your husband's, your boyfriend's, your girlfriend's. Yeah. It's your responsibility. It is. So in whatever state it is, that's your responsibility.
Everything we choose to put into it. Alcohol, cigarettes,
everything,
drugs, food, all the good, the bad, all of that. Those are choices we make, and they're just choices.
So instead of working on my environment, I spent a majority of 2018 really focused on me and my health and getting myself in a good physical place and a good mental place. Because I felt like they really went hand in hand. So as I started 2019 and I was hearing all my girlfriends talk about, oh, I'm going to work out and I'm going to eat right, I was already on to the next level, which was my environment. Like, I'm ready.
Your space.
My space. I'm like, my mom's like, you still haven't decorated your living room? I don't even have a dinette yet, right? I'm like, I can't bring myself to online shopping and find something that seems so blasé and so like picture perfect. Like, that's not who I am. Like, I've got to see it. I'm very tactile, got to touch it. Yeah. I want something fine, that's cool, that nobody else has. Yes. Very original, because that's how I am. And I want when people walk in and go,
personal space,
this is Toni's house.
Right. You gotta walk in and go, oh, this is definitely Firi space. Or, yes, this is definitely Toni's space.
Yeah. If they I already eyed a piece of teak that's back there. She's got some incredible, if you are into interior design, all my real estate friends, all my stagers out there, if you're looking for an incredible original piece, come see Firi.
We just brought some in. It's
tell her what it is.
It's a couple that I met through the business that closed a shop of theirs. It was called Prime Furniture, and they imported teak furniture from Indonesia. The stuff is just unique. It's breathtaking.
Teak I bought from a piece Indonesia.
Of it and myself, and I think Manju's going to take some time to stay home. Hi, I'm sure she's watching too. She's going to take some time to stay home and spend time with her kids, and perhaps it'll reopen down the road.
Insane.
To make a long story short, we brought her inventory in here, and it's beautiful. Petrified wood tables and unique pieces of art, which I think go well with crystals and stones, and unique, which is Mother Nature's art.
It's just insane.
And then we've got all the mega store stuff out there too.
And
everything you could possibly need is out there.
I don't think you even you need to come in 2 days in a row. One day is kind of the superstore shopping, which is where my parents are probably going to go crazy, and then you have to come into the like Spirit Garden place to really like personalize your, like they had a little fleur-de-lis something, and I thought about my best friend Beth, right? I mean, just little quaint pieces that are so different and so original.
And we're going to bring more. I think that I think I'm going to meet more people in my path. I would love to, for instance, Hedge and Hearth, the skincare line.
Yes.
I would love artisans to bring me your crafts. What is it that you love to do? Do you make jewelry? Do soaps? Whatever. Come see me.
So
come have a spot in the shop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I've got 4 different artists in here that
what could I sell?
Yeah.
I
think a collective of artisans and a collective of people that love doing what they're doing or bringing their wares in. Come bring it in, share it with us. Let's build a tribe together,
Build a tribe together.
When I left the center, I said to Sharon, I was like, I don't really want to go. And she's like, you need to go. You need to go and live. You need to go.
And do your thing.
Your time with me has come to an end. It's time for you to go out there. And I said to her, well, then I'll just keep sending them home. And that's how I feel. Like I will send them to her for what she's imparted to me. Now I get to be out here and impart it to, the people who've only ever shopped at Walmart.
We're so lucky to have her.
At
guys,
Kmart.
This is Houston.
Yeah.
She's in Houston. It's kind of mind-blowing right now. So let's talk to a couple of friends. We have
Absolutely.
Anne Marie Rowell. Do you know her?
That's my best friend.
She said you were doing fabulous.
She knew I was nervous. I was like, hey, hi,
she's talking about you. That's so awesome. And then I have Brandon Allen. Let me tell you about Brandon.
Sure.
He says, beautiful ambiance. He's from Louisiana. Hi, Brandon.
Hi,
He's
Brandon.
been watching since episode 1.
Oh, yay.
9 months, Brandon. Today is my 9-month anniversary of Bubble Talk.
Congrats.
It's a dream. It's just a dream. I was telling a girlfriend today that 14 months ago, I did not have any social media skills whatsoever. I didn't even really have a laptop that was working.
Yeah.
And I surely did not have an Apple. This is an Apple. So that's a whole different beast, So anyway.
Same here. 14 months ago, my life was a completely
Is that
different
crazy?
Story. Absolutely. Never imagined 14,000 square foot. Our little shop in New York was 550 square feet.
That's Samantha, my friend from LA. Hi, Samantha. She's here. She's leaving on Thursday. She said, wow, amazing. I love that. She said she's got your back, Anne Marie.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, let's see who else is on. You guys let us know where you're from. How about Rosa?
And there's my friend John too.
Did I pass him? Oh, John. Here we go.
Here we go.
John, he's on screen. Yes, Firi. Spread the vibe, grow the tribe. Yes.
Johnny's Hedge and Hearth, and that's
yay! I want to interview you. I want to meet you. She was telling me all about you.
Be here. He did say he was going to stop in.
Okay, where are you, John? Stop in, have some wine with us. Okay, let's see. We've got
and then Rosa right there.
You know Rosa? Okay, Rosa says fun, loving, and trustworthy. Yay!
Rosa's got this fabulous family. They've got 5 children, I believe, and they're customers of mine when we first started. They're friends of mine now. Rosa's our biggest supporter here. She loves everything about Spirit Gardens and Sheep Jeep. She's just they're a great family. Yeah. Most of my customers have become my friends, and that's what I mean when I say grow a tribe. Like, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
I'm learning to grow my tribe. I'm learning to grow my tribe. That's my friend.
Come into your life.
Manuel Molina says, love your show. Great info. Hi, Manuel. He's got a hurt back. He's a broker actually, but an agent with a team at Berkshire Hathaway with me. So we work together.
All right.
So hi, Manuel. I'm trying to learn how to, because like I said, I know who I am. I'm very committed to this whole creating a platform through social media for people like you who I just think have incredible stories and incredible energies.
You're connecting people.
I'm a connector. Yes, I'm a connector.
And that's when you're building a tribe of people in your life. That every business, people will come in here sometimes and go, oh, I go and shop at your competitor. No, there's no. No,
I don't have competitors.
I'm here, and if you love being here, fabulous. And I hope the competitor's doing just as well as I will do.
I do. I get that. Because people ask me all the time.
As businesses, if we work together and really let people into our space, every now and then, yes, you're gonna get bit every now. But that's life. You're gonna be vulnerable. You're gonna get bit by someone.
Sure.
But for the most part, trust it. Let people in. Let them into your space. Let them into your business. Let them in. Show them. Just live your life out loud, and they will just organically go, wow, I can relax around here.
Yes.
I don't have to.
I do. I definitely give it away. I definitely give it away. I definitely feel like I've mentored a lot of people who would have never chosen their career paths, who would have never done certain things had I know it not been for my influence. Do I want any credit? Absolutely not. Do I do it with some type of reciprocation in mind? Absolutely not. I honestly get a lot of people who message me and go, oh, are these people your competitors? And I go, I'm sorry, I don't even know who those people are.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know them. And they're like, what? You're in social media
if we're all
and you
doing
have
the same thing.
Right.
Let's say we are all doing the same thing. So that it looks like competition. Well, if we all do the same thing together, everybody wins.
Yeah.
Truly.
For sure.
Everybody wins.
I have to just say, Manuel said, and you are a phenomenal agent. Thank you. Thank you, Manuel Molina. I think so. I think I'm a good agent. I'm a lot like you with my clients. I have a friend, Jody. I think we made an offer, so I think she's gonna get her house.
Yeah.
But she was a referral for my friend Amy from an agent in Dallas. But anyway, I try to take a lot of time and get to know my clients, whether I'm listing their home or whether they're buying a home. It's not like, okay, come on, boom, boom, sign the paperwork. I just need money. Of course I need money. I'm a single mom.
We all do, yes.
But the more I spend time with them and I get to know them, I'm going through the stuff where I drive by, I'm like, I can't even show my client this. This is not going to work. I'm not doing this, and she trusts me. She's on the phone with me or we're texting to the wee hours of the night, early morning. Most of my agent friends are like, oh no, I turned that off. I'm like, oh no, these people become my friends. Like, I'm getting invited to every housewarming.
Yes.
I'm like,
That's how it is
and then
here
I'm
at
going to
the
go
store.
out to eat with them later.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
these people are my sphere that I pull from, right? And it used to be my dance sphere, and it used to be my real estate sphere, and it used to be my fashion world. And now
it's just your tribe. It's all of that.
it's the tribe.
It's the tribe.
It's the tribe.
Yeah.
And I feel
And that's your
humbled and
family.
blessed.
That's
and
your family.
Absolutely.
That's your human family. That's your community family.
Sure.
That's not your DNA.
Right.
That's not your DNA family. But
Right.
that is your everyday life family.
So if people out there could do one thing, Firi, one thing to change their environment, to make it more positive, to make it more Zen-like, to make it more just appealing, what one piece or one thing could they do?
Start first by purging. We as humans, we collect all of this stuff.
Okay.
How much stuff is enough, first of all? Start and examine your personal space.
Okay.
Your home is your sacred space. I'll say it again. It's your sacred space. Examine it. Do you love everything about what's in your house? Do you love the way it's laid out?
Okay.
Do you
room
like
by
the
room?
food?
Just
Room by room.
Start with one room.
Room
Okay.
by room. And don't
Okay.
overwhelm yourself. Nobody's got it where they can go and, well, I don't like any of this. I think I'm going to start from scratch.
Yeah, nobody.
That's not realistic.
Right.
But we hold on to so much stuff. When I left after Sandy,
Mhm.
and I left 39 years,
Wow.
I left so much stuff
It's
that I had
stuff.
collected for 39 years. Like, why do I have 4 shovels and 3 weed whackers? And why did I have, 17
Right.
of this or that?
Why do I have
When
16 gray sheets?
Gave it away and I sold it all, and I
Sheet sets.
came home with a pod. It was 15 by 5 by 10.
That's
My
it.
39 years, my children's life too, all of that in a little pod. The most amazing feeling ever.
Because you purged.
Ever. Give it away if you're not using it.
Okay.
Get rid of it if you don't want it anymore. If it does not bring you joy and it does not fit in your space, give it away. Get rid of it. Start by cleansing your space, because the monkey mind, all the clutter in our head. And I got this as a gift because I ended up living at a little cabin on Sharon's property, which she built for me. 850 square feet. So you all have to go see this.
Somebody wanted to build me a
Because,
cabin?
yes,
Because next
literally.
year when my baby
Literally.
leaves.
And living in that little space, I thought, wow, everything I need is right under this little roof.
Wow.
Everything. I don't need any more than this. I want more things. I want a new car. Yes, I will have one.
I know a lot
I
of
would
friends
like
my age who are starting to
property
feel that
someday,
way.
and I would like to have goats and chickens and
grow
ducks
my
on
own
my property.
food. Yeah,
all of
I would
those
love that
things are
too.
on my radar
To-do
for what
list.
I want.
Yeah.
But the best way to start first, I think, is to just cleanse your space.
Okay.
Stop carrying all this stuff around that you really know you don't need. You haven't
Right.
looked at it, that box. You haven't looked through that
You don't
space.
even know what's in that box.
Correct.
Get rid of it.
It's such a good feeling.
Okay.
You'll feel like you've lost 70 pounds of spiritual weight that you've been dragging around with you your whole life. Get rid of it.
Because nobody likes
Start.
clutter. I don't care what people say.
Yeah.
When you get to it, the stacks of mail, we all have them on
And
our desk.
I am so bad at that.
I am
my
the
cousin
worst.
James will tell you, and so
The
will his
worst.
wife.
And I
It's
grab it
terrible.
and I open the drawer and I shove it
Yeah.
in. I'm like, I'll look at it later, and I never
Yeah.
look at it
I
again.
have piles of stuff here,
That's
and piles
crazy.
of stuff
That's
there,
good.
and it's a daily thing to have to do.
Sure. You get mail every day. Yeah,
But
sure.
if you want to make life change, start just by
Oh, hi, Linda. How are
purging the
you?
unnecessary.
That's my friend, Linda Anderson. How are you? How's ErgoFlex? She's in Conroe. She's amazing. She said, I'm all about purging.
Yes, it's a great place to start.
Okay, so start with
Simple.
purging.
Just start with your closet. You can have a little linen closet that you've been.
Yeah, thank you,
stuffing full of
Samantha, for cleaning my
stuff. Start
closet.
with little spaces.
She
Start
couldn't stand it
cleansing those
anymore.
little
Yeah.
spaces. Start there.
Okay.
And then
And then from there, you build your new space.
Build an avatar of the life you want. Right.
Build an avatar of the life that
Yeah,
you want.
literally build the avatar. Build. If you're alone and you're looking for a specific someone, build that person in your mind's eye. Give them very specific everything. How tall do you want them to be? What is it you like?
Well, I'm going to build an
build the
avatar boyfriend.
and they will appear.
And he better walk in
They
my life.
will appear. I promise you. If you build it with absolute true intention, they will appear.
It's so weird that you say that.
Yeah.
But I believe that when you really think positive.
Yeah.
I call my mom on a daily, and she can attest to this. She's like, I just think it's amazing. All these opportunities, they're coming out of nowhere. And I said, no, Mom, not out of anywhere.
Yeah.
Not out of nowhere.
Because you've seen it in
I
motion.
knew last year where I wanted to be this year.
Yes.
And this year, I'm a lot like you, Linda.
And set it in
I
motion.
know where I want to be by next year.
Right.
and what I want to be doing. And so I'm just going through the process, but this time with eyes wide open.
And small steps, because all of that can be very overwhelming. We can say, do all of these things and your life's going to be fabulous. No, there's going to be struggle, and there's going to be days when you're sad and you're depressed or you're tired and you're fatigued. But every morning, set the intention and keep focused. But be mindful in your life too. Don't live for that destination point either, because sometimes we'll do that. Well, I tend to do that. Well, someday I'll have that, and someday I'll have it. And this is for my someday house.
Yeah.
But so, yes, someday will come, but then in doing those some days down the road, I don't necessarily stop and go, well, what about today? Today was fabulous because of this, or today was difficult because of that. So being mindful in your life and also living forward to what you want, they work in conjunction with each other. And we will falter. And we will fall down, and then we will.
And you have to learn to forgive yourself. Yes, you're not perfect.
Reset, right? Hit the reset button.
Hit the
again.
Reset.
Forgive
Wake up the next day.
And do it again.
Start over. It might not be the most incredible day that you maybe had planned to have.
But stay focused on the most incredible life.
Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, how many times do we in America, all of us, people watch, Oprah inspires us, or Deepak Chopra inspires all these people to say, live your authentic life, live out loud. And people are like, yeah, it's easy for her to say she's got $8 million.
Yeah, she's a millionaire.
No, she came from nothing. A lot of these people came from nothing. It was the process that taught them to be and brought them to where they are.
Yes.
It was a process.
Yes, I love Linda's backstory. I love your backstory.
Yes.
I love my backstory.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember having zero in my checking account
and
thinking, I need to supplement my income. I need to be a realtor.
Yes.
I was just like, it was like, dance isn't cutting it. My child eats like 5 men.
Yeah.
Like, I'm single mom. He's a man boy. He's over 6 foot. What am I doing?
You have to feed him every 2 hours.
Oh my God. Yeah. He's like, has Chipotle, and 2 hours later, he's like, what's for dinner? And I'm like, you ate a baby hippo. What are you talking about? Those things are like,
it's literally a growing boy.
And he's a runner. And I mean, he's like a toothpick. I'm worried sometimes. Yeah. I'm like, do you have a hole at the bottom of your stomach? Because I just can't imagine you eating that whole entire casserole. Yeah. And he's like, I'm hungry, and I forget, because my oldest is 25.
Yeah.
That my 17-year-old is following in his exact same footsteps. So now that with my 25-year-old visiting, I'm like, okay, how many bags of potatoes and dozens of eggs have we gone through in 2 days? And I can hear the pantry doors, and I can hear the refrigerator like at midnight. I'm like, these kids are like, I mean, you're not kids. God forbid I call my oldest a kid. But you know what I'm talking about?
Forever our kids.
You are forever my children.
Yes. You're forever our kids. So it doesn't matter.
Linda says, I love her. I love this woman. She said, it's a process that we all go through. Steps, goals, and striving to achieve those goals. Yes, Linda.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. And the other thing is surrounding yourself with people who are going to support your journey.
Yes.
Who are not going to be the anchors that weigh you down, who are going to distract your focus, who are going to absorb you and drain you and not help you move forward. That's a hard
in your life. You need to
purge.
You need to not have those in your life, because that's a choice we make. We can get dragged along with them and drag them with us, or they can come with us for the beautiful journey.
I mean, I'll take everybody on the journey. You guys can all come with me. We're going on this incredible ride. You're welcome to hop on board. Yeah, but that's a hard thing.
It is a very
Love
hard
is
thing.
blind. We have hearts
thing.
of gold. It's really hard for us to be mean.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
And many of us
that's part of adulting.
And sometimes the familiar that is not healthy for us just becomes the familiar. And we don't know how to step outside of that because it's become familiar.
Well, it's scary.
We're used to the
abuse,
whether to the abuse or to the language that these people speak that does not serve you.
That's hard. That's a hard place to be. It's part of life.
And it's not selfish to serve yourself first, because in serving others,
you have to help yourself.
You have to. You have to.
There's no. Linda, she's so funny. She said, I love your show. You need to be on prime time. Well,
agreed.
Thank you.
Well, let's put that into the ether.
I'm putting that into the universe.
Yeah, she just put that in the ether.
Matt Miller is here with New Do TV, by the way. So I am going to be on television very, very soon. We're working on beginning stages, and this beautiful woman is going to have her own show as well. So what you're seeing here is the beginning of, we're planting those seeds.
It is.
we're planting those seeds, and we're not going to be in the same genres, but I'm sure we're going to be back and forth on each other's shows. Because I have met a friend.
There's no doubt. I
have met a real friend here, you guys. I mean, you're all my incredible friends. Linda, you're one of them too. But you just, when you meet somebody, you know, we were supposed to meet. Yeah. And how we met, it's insane. Yeah. It's insane.
And there you go. There's Matt, right? They're connecting as well. Yeah.
Matt is incredible. Yeah. Like he's a connector.
He is.
With new
He's one of those people that you need to, he called me this morning and said, you need to say yes. That's how I answered the phone. Good morning, Matt. I was just getting ready for work.
Well, she was like, I'm not sure.
I'm like, hey, what's going on? And
I'm like, you're going to be incredible.
I'm about to tell you something and you need to say yes. And I was like, Matt, you say that every time with anything. Okay, fine. I will say yes. But what are you talking about first? You know?
Yes.
He's like, you just have to say yes. You have to trust me.
And he's like, why you two haven't met before? He started talking about you like in third person. I was like, she's right here now. He was helping me
because all things in their own right time. There is a time.
We were supposed to meet, and it's incredible.
We were supposed to meet at this time.
And I have a couple of friends out there I've been spending a lot of time with, and over the last couple of weeks, just in social settings, and one's a guy, one's a girl, and they both said, "Is it weird? But I feel like things are just like falling right
flow." You're in a nice flow. If your intentions are correct and your action plan is correct, and you're truly living out loud what you want.
Oh, I'm living out loud.
Next thing you know, the universe will serve it to you on a platter. Truly, it'll.
That's how I feel.
It'll serve it to you.
That's how I feel. Things that used to be so difficult are now getting easier, and things that had you told me 14 months ago, Toni Rodriguez, you're going to have this show, you're going to be episode 36, you're going to meet Firi, you're going to have friends like Linda Anderson, you're going to interview incredible, strong women, and you're going to be this successful real estate agent, I would have been like, yeah, right. Yeah.
And now we look at it and say it's a foregone conclusion you have already. You have already succeeded. You are already on the path. I do really feel
very successful. Yes, I really do. And I know that sounds like weird and, she's being boastful. No, I'm professing something that I work very hard every day. Every day I work hard every day. And people who really know me, who are with me, it's hard to be a single mom. It is hard to put food on the table when there's one income, and you don't have a significant
other. It's hard to be
a
mom, period. And then
parenting with one parent, not have am I making the right decision? Should he, should I order him 2 tracksuits, 1 track? Should he do physical therapy, chiropractic care? Should he, just little decisions that most people take for granted because they have a partner to run things by, a soundboard to bounce. I have to do it up here by myself 24/7 and make sure that I have my son's best interest.
It's a huge responsibility.
People don't realize that. So when my single friends out there are like, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to have 6 kids. And I'm like,
let me know how that works out.
Okay. I'll be over here in my little cabin, empty nester. You can come over when you need a break.
Funny you said that. I actually did want to have 6 kids. There was a time when my husband and I talked about it back in the day, and he was a good man. We're divorced and all that, and he's happily moved on, and he's a fantastic dad and all that good stuff. But
6,
I wanted 6 kids.
Mom, I don't even know how you had 4. Right? Lord have mercy. Yeah. And she worked, and okay, so we have some people. Let's see, Jamie Darul. I don't know if I'm saying Darawala.
That's my cousin Jamie. He's the reason I'm here in Houston. Jamie. Right, you met him earlier.
Hey, Jamie, how are you? And this says
he's the reason you all have got me here in Houston.
Yes. Amen. Single parenting is tough.
Anne Marie.
Amen.
Well, you're doing a good job because Amanda is doing
love all my single parents because there's some males out there who are great daddies on their own and great mommies. And I think people who are single parents are above anybody else, but you guys are the kings and the queens of the world because you are trying, like I always tell, this is a funny story, but I always say, I'm a cow trying to raise a bull.
Yeah.
2 bulls. 2 bulls. And they're always going to look at me like a cow. Not that I'm big like a cow, but like I'm a mom.
Yeah.
Like I'm a female. And I'm having this like hard core. And my friends are in their car and they're like, holy crap. We just saw a side of you we've never seen before. And I'm like, hey, I got to get tough. Like, I'm a single mom. I'm raising bulls. Linda says, Toni Rodriguez, you are the bomb. Oh, Linda, love you. You're the bomb. You are totally the bomb. I love her. She runs $1 million company. I mean, she's come from adversity and She's just incredible. And congratulations on your grandbaby. I saw that on Facebook. I mean, she's just incredible human being. So
there's my little Miss India. Hi, India. I see you, darling. Jamie's daughter, India.
Oh,
I call her my niece. It's my cousin's daughter.
But where is she? Is she watching?
So Jamie just said,
"Oh,
this is India. Say
hi.
Hi, darling.
How are you?"
Actually, India has made some bracelets that we have for sale in here, and we were teaching her how.
India, if you want to come,
put things,
and come show us your bracelets real quick. We'll put you on camera if you're not too shy.
I think they're far away.
Oh, far?
I think they're home.
They're home. Okay,
I think they're home. I don't think they're here.
Okay, we could talk for hours, and this is supposed to be a 30-minute show, but we've gone an hour and 5 minutes, so I apologize.
Really?
And I'm going to meet my friend, Lauren. She's in commercial real estate in Houston, so I've got to go because she'll be like, what happened? You guys started talking and you never came. So anyway, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I want to thank you for being here. And y'all come visit anytime. And
cheap, you guys.
Just come.
Huffmeister, amazing. Linda, you and I can carpool from Conroe. It's phenomenal. Like, I don't even...
Next time y'all come, we'll go in the backyard. We've got chickens and ducks in the back. And
chickens and ducks
on the back of the building. So next time y'all come, we'll walk through the gardens too.
Michael Graham and Nicole, Sprouts Grocery Store is sponsoring their program, and they Chicken Mike.
Yeah.
And they're all about cultivating their own food and growing their own food. I had them on episode, I believe 32 or 31. Anyway, they're incredible. He lives nearby, and he said, I always wonder what that cheap was. So come on in, Michael. Incredible. Bring Nicole, bring the kids, bring the girls. Incredible.
Y'all have a great night.
You guys, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you to my sponsors, Northside Maserati and Northside Imports, North Houston Imports. I want to thank Bella Soleil Tanning. I want to thank all my friends and family who tune in every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. I know it's a crazy day, and it's been a crazy 2 or 3 weeks we've had for the holidays, and we're back in full swing. But thank you for spending an hour and 5 minutes with us tonight. Linda said she would love that. She'd love to come with me, and we could carpool and come hang out. That'd be awesome.
I'm always here.
Where can people find you?
We've got Facebook pages for Cheap and for Firi Spirit Gardens, so you can look us up there.
Okay, Firi, F-I-R-I.
Yeah.
Okay.
And F-I-R-I. Spirit Gardens, and Cheap just like that, CHEAP.
Okay. Yeah. And then if you guys,
and then from there, friend request me for my personal page, because it's not my personal page, it's public too. So friends with y'all, just look me up, come find me through Toni or through our stores, or
maybe I'll run a shuttle from the woodland
here. Shopping. Stop it.
I am on Instagram. You guys, please follow me, Toni_Rodriguez1. I have 2 Instagram pages. You can follow Bubble Talk FB Live on Instagram, and also go to YouTube, please, and subscribe. I will be uploading every episode of Bubble Talk on YouTube, so I'm trying to grow that tribe, if you will.
Yeah.
And don't forget, I'm a real estate agent. If I can help you find your dream home, if I can help list your home and sell your home, I will do it. I promise you, I'm your girl with Berkshire and Hathaway. So call me at 713-677-1318. You can text me. You can call me. I'm a texter. Or you can private message me here on Toni Rodriguez, my public Facebook page or Bubble Talk page. Either one, I'm connected to. Firi, this is the beginning of a great friendship. You know that, right?
Darling, I'm so happy to have you here. And we want to say thanks to Matt for
Matt Miller.
Yes.
Matt, are you coming on? Are you going to walk over here and say hello? Yeah, come on in. This is Matt Miller with New Do TV. I want to thank them as well, because they're going to just do incredible things for you and I, and I'm excited about this. Matt Miller.
See, y'all, this was an experiment just to see if these two could actually occupy the same space together without forming some kind of nuclear, like the world and the universe just explodes because two similar people. Yeah. So I hope you guys like today's show. You're going to really like what we're doing with Bubble Talk in the future. So stick around.
You guys have a great evening.
Great night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.